You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast with your hosts, Emily
and Jason. Emily, I think I need to apologize to the people who listen on YouTube or watch on YouTube, because it's been audio only the last 2 weeks.
Oh, so you haven't posted it at all?
Well, that's up to Pete, and
Pete failed.
Pete's not as good as
even the
Bob.
YouTube listeners wouldn't know about our employee change.
No.
From Bob to Pete. So
right.
Sorry, YouTube.
Yeah. Well, if you want to watch or listen to those, well, I guess just listen. They're in other places. So, anyway, you're looking Eastery.
Thanks. I was going to explain myself.
I love it. I love it.
So before the season thing got really popular where people wanted to know their season.
I still don't understand that.
It's like what color family. It was really popular, I think, in the early 90s or something, and then it kind of died out. And then there was a resurgence of popularity, and people were charging like $500 to give you your season so you can dress appropriately.
Can't you figure out four different... You have four options. You're going to pay $500 to figure out your season?
Well, the cloths... there's all the colors. So you got to know what colors look good on you. And anyway...
there's the internet.
Yeah,
These colors are good in spring.
That's not how it works. It's your skin tones.
For example... These colors are great for spring.
So I'm actually, let me say this. I did not pay $500.
I love what you're wearing. It is the worst Christmas colors ever.
It's not Christmas yet. It's not even Thanksgiving.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
So for those who aren't watching, I'm wearing a pastel purple sweater and a tealy, what color is this?
Well, is it green or is it blue?
Robin's egg blue.
Yeah.
It is a greenish blue. Okay. Dress under the sweater, so it's a skirt-looking thing.
It's beautiful.
It's really not stylish at all, but that's okay. Listen, I had my colors done for free by a friend. I was going to say,
not for $500.
No. My friend's mom was selling makeup or something, and part of the deal was she would tell me my colors if I let her give me a makeover. And then I ordered some makeup from her. This was like 6 years ago.
Before you were crunchy or just starting the crunchy
No, it was
journey.
mineral makeup. So, it wasn't like... Yeah, it was good.
It's not MAC.
She told me how to... Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in that stuff, but...
Animal guts and stuff.
Well, that would probably be really crunchy.
But with formaldehyde? I don't know.
Anyway, I'm a summer. So, technically... The pastels and stuff are what I'm supposed to wear.
Okay.
I don't like them. I don't want to be a summer.
Oh, that's
I want to be an autumn.
Yeah.
I like the jewel tones and everything. But when I wear this color or blue, I will wear blues a lot. I thankfully look good in black and white, so I can always lean back on those. But that's not why I'm wearing these. It's not for my color palette. I'm just telling you, technically, I'm in my colors right now.
Gotcha.
But the reason I'm wearing this right now is because this is what the thrift store had to offer me at one point. This is linen and this is cashmere. I know you're not supposed to mix linen and wool because they cancel out the frequency, but it's entering cold season and I wear wool over linen. Okay. It's what's going to happen.
Also, that other stuff sounds bogus anyway.
It's true.
The frequencies.
It's true.
Yeah.
So I am not above buying a pastel purple cashmere sweater because cashmere is cashmere, and
cashmere
you always buy the cashmere.
No matter what.
I don't care what color it is.
I have tons of Hello Kitty cashmere sweaters.
He doesn't. They would never make...
Yeah, I bet they're out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It exists.
Anyway,
in my closet.
I wear this cashmere at home because who cares? Nobody's seeing me, and I get to sleep in cashmere.
You get to sleep in your colors.
I sleep in cashmere.
Sleep in the summers.
I have some silk shirts that are the ugliest thing you could possibly imagine, but they're silk. Who cares?
You sleep in silk and cashmere.
I am living a life of utter luxury.
You just would never go out in public in it.
It doesn't matter. I'm not looking in the mirror all the time at home. I'm just feeling the benefits
of cashmere.
And my kids, when I'm wearing cashmere, this isn't necessarily a positive thing because sometimes you're like, please stop touching me. But they just like rub on me, cuddle up.
It's hard not to cuddle with cashmere when it's available.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's why I look like an Easter egg. But listen, it was cheap and it feels good.
Yeah. Well, that
is not good.
That's not a mantra advice for life.
No, it's not.
Anyway, what are my colors? If you had to guess.
I think you could be an autumn. You could be a winter.
Well, you're not getting my $500.
Well, we need the swatches, Jason. We need the fabric swatches.
I'm just baffled that someone could charge that much money to tell someone that by just holding up paint swatches to their...
Once you know your colors, it's basically plastic surgery because once you start wearing your colors, you look drastically better in your colors. It is like, it's incredible. When I wear my colors, I have fewer wrinkles. Like my face looks better. And I just don't like my colors. That's what's really disappointing. But
okay,
except the blues. I'll wear the blues. But I kind of had to get there. And I can wear green. Like pretty much all the shades of green, I think because my eyes are green. So I get that exception or something.
Okay. Well, green's not a summer color?
Like the lighter greens are.
Okay.
Let's see. Like this.
Yeah.
This green. This
it's a dark blanket. Dark green blanket. That's
not technically in my color. That's not in my season.
I love
but
it.
I think I could pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the eyes thing. You look really good in blues.
Thank you. What about red?
That's not really your color.
Excuse me? Is it because of my lips?
No, but Jason does have very red lips. We've already talked about this, so.
Well, I mean, we can talk about it again. Talk about my lips, Emily.
Everybody comments on Jason's lips.
I don't
it's just
wear
funny.
makeup.
Nope.
No.
Jason's lips are just naturally very red.
Yeah. Well, I have a question for you. Do you feel changed by having seen the National Christmas Tree?
Changed?
I feel a little disappointed.
You feel disappointed?
I felt like that. So, okay. First of all, before the National Christmas Tree came to our town, I didn't even know that there was a National Christmas Tree that's taken to Washington every year. Didn't know that was a thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
I actually learned while I was filming you.
Oh, because I'm cool. Telling you?
Yeah. You're like, hey, let's go to this thing. Bring a camera. I'm like, okay. Then it's like interesting. I didn't know anything about any of this. I kind of expected to be able to actually see the tree.
Well, we did get to see the tree through a little 6-foot window.
It's like 100-foot tree, and they open up the top
feet.
of it.
Yeah.
Well, they don't even open it up. They just have it in glass, and it's lit up with Christmas lights. And which I guess, like, what did I expect? That they were going to just stand it up and plant it in Paducah, and then let us all look at it. And
by the time they get to DC, they're like, we've lost a lot of needles, guys.
Yeah. I kind of felt like that's a long journey for a tree.
Kind of feels a little wasteful.
Well, yeah.
I
mean, Christmas trees, live Christmas trees are. We get a live tree.
I don't think
and it's full of mold.
That's wasteful.
You're worried about mold.
We put our air doctor right next to it.
And it runs at full blast.
It does not.
All winter.
It does not, but I do feel like that has to help with the mold count.
No, I think it's fine. It smells great.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it. We seem fine.
Yeah.
Some people who are very sensitive, I understand, can't do that. I don't care for artificial trees because we've only ever bought cheap artificial trees, so they
they were like $200.
Well, they make really good ones now.
Really?
That look pretty good, but they're like $1,000.
That's crazy. But I guess over time.
We spend $80 a year on a Christmas tree.
It's a nice experience, though.
Yeah.
But we forage ours in the woods and
we don't.
Cut it down.
I have gone and cut a cedar. A cedar has a different vibe, though. I don't know my trees that well. I mean, I don't really know what. It's kind of a thicker needle situation, right? It's not like the tiny needles. Right. Yeah. I think what we usually buy is some sort of fir.
Right.
And yeah, I do love cedar for garlands, though. I'm about to host my annual Forest Friends wreath making workshop at my house.
I wish I had an audience clap sound effect.
I have to go forage 22 wreaths worth of cedar.
Wait, by yourself?
Well, Brittany's going to help me. But yeah, that's
Wait, you're providing all of the...
That's what I do every year. But the first year it was like 6 moms. And then the next year it was maybe like 12.
That's too much work.
Now it's 22.
And you still have poison ivy.
Well, I'm sort of feeling like, okay, if you haven't come to Forest Friends in 2 months, you shouldn't be coming to my wreath making class. But if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
If they've already RSVP'd, it's too late. You should definitely wear gloves when you forage this.
Well, yeah, I'll be fine. It'll be good.
I didn't know that this monstrosity of a job was set before you. I guess I'm helping.
No,
I'm gonna help.
Brittany and I are gonna go do it. We're actually gonna miss Forest Friends on Friday to go forage all the stuff.
Okay. How are the kids?
Our kids will play together. We'll have our own Forest Friends. Just us.
Foraging Forest Friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you need my help,
thanks. I think we've got it.
Okay. Sounds like a lot.
It is. It is a lot.
Yeah.
It's funny. Earlier today, we were out in the driveway working on our Forest Friends parade float.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy drove by who happened to come to our lantern walk last week. And he was like, do you guys ever stop? I was like, no, actually.
Oh, man. What the holidays, and I'm sure a lot of people feel this, but it's kind of, we've turned it into this antithesis of what it should be. And it's extremely busy for everybody. Going to this thing, going to that thing. Gotta do more work to make up for the work you're gonna miss because you're off for the holidays. And there's more responsibilities. There's more parties to host. And it's all in celebration and recognition of the good things that life has for us. But it's also really hectic.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little stressful.
The holidays have become kind of stressful, and I don't know if that's what
I think there are a lot of
is
people
intended.
Refusing that and
really?
Trying to like buck the system of stress at the holidays.
They're the ones not hosting.
Mm-hmm. I'm picking at my poison ivy scabs, like, yeah, yes, looking just slightly frenzied and crazy.
This year, I'm not hosting any parties. I'm just going to them because I'm bucking against the system.
But I think people even feel like going to the things feels stressful.
Listen, that's crazy because we already don't go to things. I'm not talking about us, but just like people already don't go to things because of the modern era. They don't want to get out. They don't get out and hang out with their friends very often. They don't have parties throughout the year, not like they used to because we live on the internet, whatever. This is not the time to stop doing that. This is not the time to stop going to Christmas parties and Thanksgiving events and stuff. This is not the time because we're already not doing anything.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you disagree?
No, I mean, I think it is good to protect your time and protect your family and
but not you, we do that all year already.
No, people they're not protecting the precious time, they're wasting the time away.
And so now they're not gonna go.
So if they're choosing not to go to holiday parties because they're going to be intentional about the time that they spend with their family, that's good. I think that's fine. If they're just not going because they're going to scroll on Instagram, that's not good. That's just going to isolate you and make you feel even more lonely.
Does the cynical side of you, which I like to try to bring out sometimes, think that that's probably the case for most people, saying that they're not going to go to many parties this year?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think I do get cynical about people not showing up. There have just been several times that I invested time, resources into creating something for someone only for them to not show up for it.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating. So if you have a legitimate excuse, fine, that's fine. I'm understanding. People should be understanding of real excuses.
Yeah.
But just being,
Flighty.
I don't feel it today.
Yeah.
That's
particularly
fine.
When it's been, something that's
planned.
Yeah.
And took time, money, effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
So, Jason, where's your clipboard?
My clipboard.
Yeah, it's weird seeing your torso.
I do feel like I need something.
Yeah.
And we're winging it. I mean, I have thoughts.
Yeah.
Not having anything to do with what we've just been talking about, but sort of. Because most of everything we do involve our children and what we had on our minds. You came across a reel. Mm-hmm. That
actually someone sent it to me. I can't take full credit for just coming across it. Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't say anything. They just sent it.
Yeah.
So sometimes I get sent something and I'm like, what exactly are they trying to say here? But and this one kind of felt like I really liked the concept, but it was kind of random.
Yeah.
And I just sent it to you and I was like, this might be a good thing to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, so I find myself often talking about my future kids or our future as though I expect that they are moving out at 18. And just naturally. Like, well, Oaks is 8 years old. He's only got 10 years left in home. It's like, well, that's not necessarily true.
Well, yeah, because that's what we did. I actually moved out at 17.
Well, look at you.
Mm-hmm. Went to college at 17.
Yeah.
And you left at, what, 19?
18. And graduated in 4.5 years. So journalism's tough.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know what you want your major to be until junior year.
Same with me. Same.
Yeah,
Except I graduated in 4 years.
With honors.
I mean, it's with an org-com degree, so it's hardly impressive.
I mean, I'm impressed. It's a lot of people you got to talk in front of. So, yeah. No, but we've seen it more and more, people not leaving at 18. And my whole life, the idea is you leave at 18.
You're out.
18, you're out.
It's not like our parents kicked us out. It was just like we wanted to leave.
And that was just the expectation.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't think that that's partially because of, financial reasons or whatever.
Yeah, things have changed.
Yeah, certainly. And part of it just because there's not much of an incentive to leave yet. Again, financially, but also just from an educational standpoint. Honestly, from a financial standpoint, there was no reason I should have gone to college 45 minutes away and paid to live on campus.
Right. Same.
That's
I went
crazy.
to college 45 minutes away.
Probably doubled our tuition
and went
cost.
So far into student loan debt just so I could live on campus in garbage dorms with a bathroom that was never cleaned.
It was fun sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Actually, that's what's the problem is it wasn't even actually all that fun.
Not till I met you.
Right.
So our first 2 years, we could have saved so much money, not only on the housing, but on the food.
Yeah.
The horrible food.
Awful food.
My mom is a good cook.
Yeah.
Your mom was
a great cook. Just different kind of food.
Country cooking.
Yeah.
So if you like Cracker Barrel.
Excuse me. A lot better than what I was getting at what is it?
Winslow.
Fast Stop or whatever? Or
Fast Track?
Fast Track.
Oh,
one of those microwavable pizzas every day.
Terrible.
I'm probably paying an interest, I don't know, $40 a meal for these meals.
Our student loans are paid off, but you mean in...
Yeah, well, I'm just over time.
Oh, yeah.
I got loans for that meal plan.
Yeah. Did you get 2 meals a day?
No.
You just had 1 meal a day?
Yeah.
That's what I did too. 1 meal a day. I would
and
go.
And the rest was cereal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
would
cereal.
Go for lunch and get it to go because you couldn't just save. You had to get it to go if you wanted a styrofoam container.
Yeah.
So I would get that and I would get as much food as I possibly could. And then I would just eat that for dinner. I could get a wrap.
See, that's
they made
smart.
the wraps pretty thick.
They were big.
And I'd cut the wrap in half.
Yeah.
So then I could have part of it for lunch, part of it for dinner. I lived on 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
And broken up.
Yeah. Well, good job. You were very economical. I was just like, oh, cool, Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, I never went to the Fast Track because they charge $12 for a hungry man.
I almost always ate at Fast Track. They had all kinds of microwave dinners. I'm still in recovery over that.
That's probably what caused the cysts on your kidneys.
That's probably why I have a genetic disease.
That you weren't breastfed.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was country fed. So it's Cracker Barrel fed. Thank you.
You've been eating gravy since you were 4 months old?
I have probably. Yeah. Actually. But yeah. So I actually had a conversation about this with my brother the other day too. Not the whole conversation, but just part of it. Is the fact that in the modern era, really since the Industrial Revolution, so we're not talking about a huge period of time in history here, but really every parent and every generation had some semblance of an idea of what their children should do once they are adults. Okay, pre-industrial revolution, it's okay, whatever your situation is, farm, whatever, you're gonna do this. Okay, what is set for you. There's an expectation, and there's an idea of what we've always done this. You're gonna do this, or for our parents, it was go to college.
We didn't go to, well, your parents did. What? My parents were we didn't go to college. If you want to have a better life, you need to go to college.
Sure. But, okay, so I think you could make an exception for the Great Depression, okay, in certain economic times. But, for the most part, everybody in modern history, every generation has been able to look at their kids and say, okay, you need to go out, go get a job, and start a family, whatever. Or, okay, go to college, get a good job, and start a family. And that's always been the expectation. That's always been, the answer for whatever you need to do, what your children need to do. There has been this set plan that doesn't deviate that much from family to family.
Right. And for families that don't have generational wealth, it's each family unit has to start from ground zero.
Sure.
You just start with nothing.
Well, sure.
Or in our case, $50,000 of debt.
Right.
Because we had to get student loans in order to, quote unquote, get a good job.
But the parents still had an answer.
Yeah.
And it was go to college and you'll be fine. I mean, our parents and that was the best they could.
Right.
And I'm not saying they were wrong, except that they were wrong because they couldn't.
Just at our time.
I know.
That had been the answer.
And that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is that they couldn't have predicted 2008, the big housing bubble that destroyed the economy, and then nobody could get a job.
Yeah,
and
but
then
we're
the jobs
in
that we got,
college while that was happening.
Yeah, but like,
Why
what are
did
you
we
going to do?
stay?
Or what are you going to do? Bail out? And then just like, what? Do what?
Yeah.
I'm not leaving my dorm and classes to go work in a factory. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I go into more debt.
Yeah.
So what they didn't know, like even after that, I think the answer was go to college, go to college. Now we're living in this era where AI is like about to take over everything. I think we are one of the first generations to not be able to tell our kids, hey, we know what you need to do next.
Right, because it felt like parents did think that they knew, like even my peers, they're like, if I just teach my kid to code, they'll be okay.
Exactly. Coding's gone.
Yeah.
Coding's out. Coding is already out. Seriously.
Yeah.
Prompt AI. These coders are like, AI is doing it a little better than we are.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Glad I went to college. Not really.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. And so,
I do think there's safety in the medical field. Like
for now.
Yeah, I don't really
They already do surgeries with robots.
Somebody has to program it though, right?
For now.
Yeah. I guess. I would think like people in imaging, that's probably a dangerous territory.
I bet that's out in 2 years.
But someone like a face-to-face.
Why? You won't need it soon. You do now because it takes time to adopt things. So yeah, I could see a 10-year period of people just not adopting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so they want the face-to-face with the doctor. But like, a decade from now, we don't need that. And I put that in quotes.
Yeah.
But we don't need to do that. And so we won't. It'll be more efficient not to.
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, let's be honest. My experience with my nephrologist hasn't exactly been, I almost wish I had an AI nephrologist. In fact, I've put in all of my labs into an AI and I got better, like clearer results from
feedback,
that. Better feedback than what my nephrologist ever gave me. My nephrologist got it wrong. Said, oh, I'm sorry, you have 20% left on your kidneys. I'm like, you read the wrong chart. A year later, I'm spending a year thinking my kidneys are almost failed.
It wasn't 20%, but it was low.
It dropped by 25%.
Oh, yeah.
To his, and then I spent a whole year thinking that my kidneys dropped by 25-30%. And then I go back a year later and it's like, oh, you're up to 85%. No, you're fine. I just read it wrong.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I spent an entire year thinking my kidneys are shutting down.
Yeah.
Right now.
Was it the wrong chart or did he read it wrong?
He read it wrong. He just got the wrong number. He looked at the wrong number and, it's a yearly visit. I didn't visit him this year.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I've got AI. I can get my own blood work done, and AI can analyze it.
Every city you can't, or in every state doesn't allow you to do that. Kentucky
blood work?
Allows you to order your own labs.
Oh, you can't do that in every state?
No.
Well, that's dumb. You should be able to get your own blood work done. It's your blood.
Some people, it requires a doctor's order.
That's stupid.
Watch your language, Jason.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You should be able to get anything done with your blood that you want.
Well, if everybody just wanted their labs all the time, they'd be clogging up the system. But I guess LabCorp...
Who cares? There's a demand. It's called capitalism.
Right. So LabCorp
Capitalism for the blood.
They're just like, well, if you'll pay for it, then sure, we'll test it. Because what's the difference in that or a doctor?
You pay for it when you go to a doctor's office and you got to pay the doctor.
Right.
I don't want to pay the doctor. I can do it myself and run it into a computer. And I see, and then I'm like, tell me like I'm 5 what's wrong with me. Okay, little boy, your kidneys are not doing great.
But they were doing okay.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
it'll break it down.
Yes.
We're not actually suggesting that you do that. I would never put my blood work labs information into AI because then whoever's...
Oh, no, they have a profile on me. Okay, we found the most boring man in the world. We know all about his blood work. His kidneys stink.
He's slightly vitamin D deficient.
Let's sell him something. It's like, okay, what? I'm going to get ads now? I don't care.
Yeah.
It's better than my nephrologist.
I mean, I get really weird ads, though. What happened the other day that I just had the thought, didn't even search it out. I just had the thought.
Yeah.
And I got an ad for it.
Yeah, well, they say that, these social media platforms just build this digital version of you to where they can basically predict your thoughts.
Ugh.
And serve you ads because it's gotten so good at just deciding this is the type of person you are.
Well,
I don't know.
It is kind of strange because I get a lot of ads for, is this appropriate to say, bras for like flat chested? It's like, I never had that problem, and I don't really know why I'm getting served that ad. But when I had poison ivy, I got served a bunch of pharmaceutical stuff for poison ivy. I guess because I was like searching.
There's plenty of ads that get served just because you're a female or whatever. It's not always so targeted, but it kind of depends on the platform.
Sometimes they're weird ads.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of ads for Ozempic, and I'm like, I don't search anything that's suggesting that I'm trying to lose weight.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Not all of them are like hyper targeted. A lot of them are just like they have a ton of money. They're hitting everybody with it.
Not me. I'm not. You're saying the pharmaceutical.
The pharmaceutical companies have a lot of money, and so they're paying to hit. They're like,
she's a woman in her late 30s. She wants Ozempic.
I mean, it could be even broader than that. She's a woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all it. I think they are hyper targeted, but I think that some of them are just they have some. The bigger the budget, the bigger the pool that they send it out to. So anyway, I don't like AI. I don't like it. I think it's a blight on our future.
Yeah, I was gonna say I recently saw this reel. This woman was criticizing this, so I didn't see the actual like commercial. I saw a woman criticizing the commercial, but it showed almost the whole commercial. So apparently there's this program where you can take a 3-minute video of a loved one while they're alive.
Yes.
And then after they pass, AI creates this version of them that you can call and talk to. And they talk to you and like tell you stories. And it was showing like this little boy. So it showed first like a mom who's pregnant, and she calls her AI mom.
Oh man.
And the lady's like, the AI mom's like, put your hand on your belly and hum, like telling her these sweet things. And then it shows like the little boy growing up, and then the little boy's wife is pregnant, and he's talking to the AI grandma, and she's like, tell her to put her hand on her belly and hum. And like, it was so creepy. It was so gross.
About that.
Yeah, but you're supposed to like plan ahead and take a 3-minute video so that it can structure.
And 3 minutes gets the visual and the sound down, but it doesn't actually capture their personality, surely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's weird. Like, what if the AI takes its own? What if grandma gets a little bit mean? Or like they just tweak the personality just a little bit, and then you start remembering. You think that that's how she was, and it's not actually how she was,
right?
And it's like, ugh, because there's these times when I've typed into AI a question or whatever, and like it starts giving me kind of weird or even wrong answers, and there's like
wrong
these
answers,
like these bugs in the system that. you get into that, like grandma, there's a bug in grandma, and she's like, just rub your tummy. Also, go jump off a cliff.
Well, there are several cases against, I don't know what company, some sort of AI company, whoever it is, ChatGPT or whatever. There are several lawsuits because it has encouraged young people to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Like telling them things that
and it's even worse if grandma's the one that's doing it.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Ugh.
Well, I hate that. But that's not even what we're talking about. What we were starting to get into is our kids. Like, go ahead.
No, it's just that, but you can't have that conversation without the topic of AI, because AI is pretty much the reason why we are the first generation to not have any direction for our children when they become adults.
Yeah. Because even the trades, I always felt like the trades were a safe bet.
I think they're safer longer.
Mm-hmm. Like, are they going to send in, plumbing, electricians? They can't make enough robots to, dispatch them out to go to people's homes.
I don't know. I think if they can ever make a robot that is capable of doing true human type of tasks, if they can have the dexterity to do electric it throughout a house or renovations or something like that, it's over.
Yeah.
That's when it's over, because the brain part's just about there.
Yeah.
The physical part's not there, and that's why trades are going to last longer.
Yeah.
The physical part, I mean, you've seen the videos where the robot's just running into walls. The thing is, the robot's running.
Yeah.
And they can get it to move.
Right.
So I think the brain part of AI is is a lot more exponentially faster and advancing faster. The other part is just limited by, physics.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we don't know how to figure this out yet. So, yes, I do think the trades are going to last longer. And I think that that's almost the only answer you can give a kid right now with any measure of certainty. Yeah, be a plumber or an electrician or something like that, because that's what will be around in 20 years, probably.
Right.
Maybe.
The thing is, I don't even want to push my kids into anything specific. I don't want them to feel rushed, but I also don't want a kid living at home until they're 27 because they have an easy life and they're not having to pay rent and their mom cooks them dinner.
Well, the video that you showed me, the one of the points they made too is families who don't necessarily move out immediately at 18, I mean, they're more likely to start businesses together.
Yeah.
Right. And
then you can build generational wealth, and those kids aren't starting out with a massive amount of debt, and they just kind of have a leg up. But it is kind of awkward. I will say, as a woman, if I had met you when I was in my 20s and you said you were living with your parents, I probably would have thought negatively about that.
Well, we're of a different generation.
Yeah, but
different economic
now
times.
It seems smart to me. If your parents have a free room, why would you?
I mean, I think it has to do with motivation. I think motivation listen, if our kids are in their early 20s and they're pursuing something really hard, whether it's business or whatever, I'm all for them staying and doing what I want them to stay. And I want them to stay until they get married. Yeah. I think that's a great benchmark for go out into your own, start your own family, whatever. Now, if that's getting into the 30s and stuff, I'm not really hoping for that. I want more for them. than that to
There's
be.
nothing wrong with it, and that's pretty common now to not get married until your 30s.
And that's fine. And I'm just saying that at some point I want them to go out on their own. I don't think 18's that time.
Yeah, that's so young.
That is much younger. Upon reflection, as a 38-year-old, it is much younger than I thought it was when I was 18.
Sure.
And so, some 18-year-olds are ready to go out into the world and do what they have to do. Some aren't. And I just want our kids to be ready. And again, if they're staying with us, pursuing something with vigor.
Right.
Like really trying, not just.
But would you have something against, like, say, if they got married and wanted to continue to live with us?
Oh, no, then the grandkids get to stay near us. That'd be great.
Because I have heard of families doing that. Like, they just live with their family. They continue to stay.
It completely depends on the situation. Like, yeah, I mean, if you're one of those families and you're all, like, starting a business and it's doing somewhat well and you want to build a house on the property or something.
No, sure. I'm not even saying build a house. We recently met a man who has 3 adult children and they all live at home and one of them's married with a kid. But they are all living together in his home.
And that wasn't uncommon up until very recent in modern history. We come back to the recentness of modern history. It's like everything changed in World War I and World War II. A lot of things changed. The way we look at the world, the Industrial Revolution really changed so much about the world. But really, pre that, families lived together. They just did. And this idea that they don't anymore and they have to be pushed out into by themselves is really a foreign concept when it comes to the grand scheme of history. And so as of today, yeah, I think a lot of people would look at that as strange. In just humanity's perspective, I don't think that's a weird thing. I just think people aren't, especially Americans, are not geared to think that way. And I think that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because I think you could grow together. I think part of a community is family. And when your family just breaks up and leaves and scatters.
Yeah, I mean, it's
kind of strange if you think about it.
It's pretty nice to think about, like, having your parents living with you. Then in, like, the newborn stage when you just need a shower and your spouse is at work and you could just be like, can you watch the baby while I go take a shower?
Sure.
You know, like.
I think it's a great idea in theory, and I do think that I do wish that it was more like that. But we are also in a society where, like, people's beliefs change so rapidly, whether it's about parenting, whether it's religion, whatever. Back in the day, people pretty much held the same values. Not personalities always.
That's true.
Values change.
All the information that's available has sort of confused us.
Oh, sure.
So, like, for example, I have not been clear exactly how I should be parenting all the time because I hear...
Wait, you're telling me you haven't figured out parenting perfectly?
But when our parents were young parents, it was like there wasn't a lot out there. There were a few books they could read if they chose to. A lot of them didn't. They kind of just acted instinctually or based on how their parents acted.
Sure.
And I'm not saying that's always the best thing.
Yeah.
So now there's more information available, but it makes it hard when you aren't doing exactly the way your parents did. And then if you were in the same household, that could cause some friction and tension.
Oh,
so you have to be, I think the situation only works if it's like the perfect situation.
Yeah, I mean,
or if
everybody
you see
has the
completely,
cohesive
eye to eye. It takes
system.
certain personalities. Like, even we all get along, like my parents and you,
Yeah.
But you have a different personality than my family. And so there have been times when we were in between something, we stayed with my parents for a month or so. Like moving jobs in Korea or and there were times of friction.
Not for me. I loved it.
I mean, it was pretty nice eating my mom's cooking.
It was amazing.
Nice.
I wish we lived down there right now. They're 2 houses down. I'm like, why are we in this house? They're right there. Come on.
I mean, and I think...
Well, you would not have lived at my family's home.
No, definitely not. That would have been miserable to me.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I was 18 and I'm like, I love out. You guys. I'm out.
Yeah.
But they also instilled that thought within me. They're like, it's college time. See ya.
Yeah.
Go get into debt. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, there were times that we stayed at your parents' as well for maybe like a week visiting.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was boring. I mean, there wasn't anything to do. I mean, when we did that, we're between jobs and different things. So it's like, well, it's not like I have something to do every single day. Honestly, if we're going to our job or raising kids or whatever, it wouldn't have been that bad. It actually would have been kind of fun. I mean, they just play Scrabble every night, you know? It's like
golf.
Yeah, golf on the
card game.
The card game. So yeah, but I don't know. I think doing that on a grand scale is impossible in today's society. I think people would kill each other.
But like, I am hopeful that my children don't feel the pressure to move out immediately.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm not sure if this is a nationwide thing, but our local community college now, all the residents of Paducah get 2 years free of college.
It's a really good community college, too.
Why? Well, that wasn't around when I was.
When we were there. No.
So I wasted.
Still would have been cheaper.
2 years. Yeah. Why didn't I go 2 years to community college and then?
It wasn't as cool as going to a.
Right. It was like high school 2.0.
Yeah. You get to live in a dorm. Honestly, for me, it was this cultural thing of you get to leave and you get to go be your own person on a campus somewhere. And it's college. It's such it's this weird bubble place. You live in your own bubble, the college bubble that's not realistic or indicative of the real world at all. It's less real world than high school was. In its own way. It really is. It really, you just meet people who have been in the real world. You're just not in it. Especially people who are in fraternities and different things like that. Like, that is not the real world.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
True.
I wasn't in a fraternity, so I don't know. Maybe it was cool.
You didn't have to pay for your friends?
No, I didn't.
Oh. The oldest joke in the book. I couldn't afford to pay for my friends. I would have done it.
That's sad. That's probably the saddest statement I've ever heard.
I would have done it.
I couldn't afford to pay for my friends, but if I could have, I would have done it.
Probably.
Sad.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I'm off track. I don't know. I mean, I definitely hope, and you cannot predict what your relationship with your kids are going to be in 10 years. You just can't, because you don't know who they are going to interact with.
I can pretty well see that Oaks, our older child, would stay here forever.
I hope so.
He's 8 years old, and we're just now not laying down with him to go to bed at night, like within the last few months, because it wasn't working for, this sounds terrible.
Fitting my vibe.
It wasn't, I was like, Jason and I were both ready to be done with that.
Yeah.
That sounds harsh.
Okay. Well, okay.
But it was taking forever.
Well, let's put some context to this. Instead of, he now falls, because we don't lay down anymore next to him, he now falls asleep within 5 minutes.
Right.
When we were laying down next to him, he wouldn't fall asleep for an hour and a half.
40 minutes.
Well, I'm just
sometimes
saying.
an hour.
Okay. And so that wasn't even good for him.
Right.
He essentially lost an hour of sleep every night because we were laying down next to him.
They get plenty of sleep.
I know they do. I'm just saying, like, it was a good choice.
Yeah, I think it was good.
Him.
But it was hard for him.
Yeah.
It's always been really hard for him. Now, our younger son, he didn't even care.
No.
Like, he never fought us.
He's going to leave when he's 17.
Yeah, he's going to be like, I'm out. I'm ready to forge my own path.
Yeah.
But,
and if he's ready for that, I hope he does.
Yeah.
And I hope he does really well. And I hope we have cohesion in him doing that.
Right.
I think
and
that's
that
the
he
point.
feels like he can come home whenever.
Of course.
And that he's supported.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're struggling with a older child that still requires that or desires that, and it's not working for you, what we did, and it was relatively painless. There were a little bit of fussing the first night that I said, buddy, I'm going to get up. I'm not going to lay with you, but I'll be back in 10 minutes to check on you. He didn't even like cry or anything. He just like kind of was upset at first. And then I was like,
I think he was just unsure of how that would be.
Right downstairs.
Yeah.
And I'll be right back up to check on you. And
there's
it really
some
worked.
people out there like, you should have done that at 1.
You should have made your child cry it out at 5 months old. Now, I have loved almost all of the time that I've spent putting them to bed. Almost all of it.
Well, when it gets close to the hour mark, it's about
it's kind
like,
of
okay,
like,
my
I
evening's
have things
gone.
I need to do. Yeah.
Like,
but really, what's more important than that?
I mean, every night, you know, yeah.
This is a different conversation for a different day.
I don't know. It's the same. No, it's all there.
But
we weren't going to lay down next to him till he was 18. That's for sure.
But he would have taken it.
He would have taken it. And then you'd have, you know, there's things, you have to do those things at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. And so at some point, do you have to say, son, it's time to move on into the world and be your own man. You're 48 now.
I'm sure
I'm on my deathbed.
I'm sure there are people
also, can
like
I have
that.
a kidney?
So it does depend on the personality, the person, the child.
It does.
And I think like no matter what, because we basically did the exact same thing with both of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It is just personality.
It really is. Yeah.
How they'll respond to that, how they're bent.
Yeah.
So,
and if you know the other equation to all of this is whoever if they decide to marry or something, that person, two shall become one. That person's personality matters a lot too, and can change our child's personality to a degree.
Yeah, I made you a not picky eater.
Yeah.
That changes someone.
Yeah.
So then we go back to your parents' house and your dad's a picky eater. And I'm like.
Well, there's no sympathy for me either. It's like you didn't take into consideration how I grew up. Gravy at 3 or at 1, and my dad was picky.
Yeah.
And you're like, you had no sympathy. You're like, eat. Wimp. It's like you had this thing of like making me feel like less of a man if I didn't eat.
No, it was like this.
Well, you know,
Jason, if you're going to be a picky eater, this isn't going to work out.
So
that's
exactly
basically how it
was. Yeah. Well,
before we were engaged, okay, we worked all this out.
We were 5 years married. What are you talking about? We already had a child. No. The whole point is, though, the future is unsure, and I hate that we don't know what to tell our kids. I mean, hopefully, by the time they're older, we can give them some guidance, but, like, this is truly an unprecedented time in history to where go to college that's not a good piece of advice right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just look for a really good job, son. where?
Right.
Start a business?
What kind?
Maybe in the trades? I don't know.
Our kids both want to write screenplays. They have names, and the older one has like names of the movies, and the older one has already been writing the music for it. And
I think that's great.
Out of the Atmosphere is his, and then the 5-year-old is Fighting in the Dens is his movie. They talk about it regularly.
I love it.
And the 3-year-old is planning to have a 3-part series of Fighting in the Dens.
It sounds pretty epic, honestly. I hope I get to partake in some of their endeavors one day. I mean, the whole conversation with AI is just simply, I hope that we also find out a way. Sure, use it as a tool, whatever. I hope we find out a way to human verify everything.
Sure. Well, the other day I was looking for, I always forget, how do you plant anemone corms? With the point up or the point down?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a pointy part. It's kind of shaped like a teardrop. And I got like AI feedback and it was wrong.
Yeah.
And now I can't remember which way it is. I think it's point down.
Down.
Anyway, I got AI feedback wrong. And so then I had to keep looking, and it's like, what's the point in AI if it's giving you the wrong information? So maybe at one point...
Imagine if it looked like your grandma. It's not good.
No.
It's not good. Starts telling you stories about your dad back when he was a young lad, and it's like he didn't even live that life when he was in Chicago.
What?
In the mob. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right, your dad wasn't in the mob. It's like, I don't know.
One thing I bet AI grandma would say, though,
that you should leave a review.
She would,
honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's one place she'd be right.
That's where she got it right.
Right? When she's right, she's right.
The real us, the human verified us, is saying, hey, you should probably leave a review if you haven't yet. 5 stars. Or a comment like, what do you plan to do with your 18-year-olds? Kicking them to the curb? Or?
Maybe there will be a clearer direction for us by the time our kids are there.
That's what I'm
feel
hoping.
Bad for the people who are going through it right now.
Right now is a tough time. 10 years from now, we might have a clearer answer.
I mean, even...
And so the answer is, come join us in our bunker.
The housing market? That's impossible.
It's got to change.
It's impossible.
Either wages have to change or housing prices have to come down. I don't understand.
But the more wages go up, the more it drives everything up. And it's just...
Well, I mean, not necessarily. The hope is that they stay with each other. The problem has always been that the wages, prices have kept on.
Yeah.
They've never gone up enough
mm-hmm.
to keep up. And so, I mean, that's housing, that's everything, tuition, all of it.
I just don't understand why a 2,500 square foot home in Paducah that's not that amazing is going for $589,000.
It's a pretty standard house, and it's Paducah, Kentucky.
And it's in one of the better neighborhoods. We have 3 neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
The neighborhood's not that great. It's good. It's a good neighborhood for Paducah.
But the problem is they're also selling.
Yeah, I know. That's what I don't understand.
That's what's hard for me to grasp is that
maybe our kids should get in real estate. What if we started a real estate business, just selling, and we had our kids do it? Is that child labor?
Yeah.
Is it, though? Is it homeschool, or is it...
What, are they just going to... This 8-year-old's going to show people around a house?
We would be there as well, but yeah, because I'm not sending my 8-year-old into a house with strangers.
Yeah.
I don't send them to children's church.
This is weird.
But...
Okay. Yeah.
I feel
Sounds
like
great,
we
Emily.
could be on to
We'll
something.
do that.
We could be on to something. The first ever child realtor.
I love your business ideas. They're incredible. What if our children became real estate agents?
What if?
Sounds like a Nickelodeon show from the 90s. Awful.
What if we made a show about them being real estate agents? And they could get slimed. It would have to be some kind of like lychee fruit or chia seeds.
Thank you for
listening. What's in that
listening.
Nickelodeon slime anyway?
To the Really Very Crunchy podcast. I hope you all have a wonderful week.
Would you watch a child real estate agent show?
Goodbye.
Bye.